All right, so next up here, we're going to do something, step away from Bootstrap for a second, step away from JavaScript for a second, come back to just some functionality that isn't working in our current page, which strikes me as being something that's really useful to know about. And that's how to link different pages inside a single website. So in this case, I have this nav bar up at the top, which has home and about. And when I click on them, nothing happens. So how do we already looked at that href thing. If you remember way back when we were doing HTML, we had the href, and that let us link to some other page somewhere on the internet. But how do we link to like another page that we've actually made? So first of all, to do that, we have to like make another page, and then we have to change some of the links. So we're going to jump into doing that. So in order to do that, we have a couple things we can do. We come over to our nav bar, which is here, and we look down to where it has the about, and we can see it's already an HTML tag, and there is a href thing. Okay, so if we wanted to make this go to Google, we could just type the address for Google, save that, and then when we reload it, we click on about, and suddenly we are at Google. Well, that's pretty cool. That works no problem. Now, if we want it to go to our own little internal site, we're going to have to make another file. So we're going to have to come over here and make another file, and we're going to call it about.html. Okay, cool. That's a folder. That is not a file. Delete that. Make file about.html. Okay, great. And I might just copy over everything for now into this about.html, and then I'll just delete all the actual calculator stuff, since that's kind of special to the home page. And here would be, here's a bunch of about text. Okay, so we just save all that. It's loading in the same style sheet, the same CSS and everything, because it's right beside the index.html, so all the references stay the same. We just load that. Okay, we have the about.html and the index.html. Now, here in the href, there's a couple ways that we could link to this. If we actually have this uploaded on the actual website, like we did all the hosting, then we could have something like mydomain.com/about.html. That would work. Or we can just go about/about.html. That'll automatically go to like the base directory of the whole website. So if your website has like, you know, oh, I have a folder here and another folder and another folder, and then I have something in here that's an HTML file, if you typed / it'll just go right back to the root of the whole directory of the website, which is a little bit confusing, but I think you probably understand what I mean. That'll just do that. Or you can do a ./about, and that will work inside the directory you're in. So since we're at the root of the whole website right now, because we don't have any folders, I could use either the ./ or just the /. So let's try doing the / and we'll see what happens. Okay, so we do that, we press about, and it reloads to say here's a bunch of about text. Okay, that worked great. Now we can't go home, and we can see that the URL also changed to now we're at the about.html. So every time I click the about.html, it'll load. But you know, in the about.html, I actually included the about href is still Google, so you can see they're different pages. They're referencing different stuff. So instead, we want to have it be the same on every page. So we have it referencing about.html there, and we have it referencing about.html there. And now I'm going to just use the relative links just to show you that it still works. About.html, and I load it, and it keeps loading the right page. Okay. Now we have to change this one to reference the home page. So I can do ./index.html. Okay, and then I need to change that over in my other one so that it's happening on both pages, not just one. Okay, and then we reload this, and now we'll be able to navigate between our two pages. So now we've just made like the basis of what the internet really is, which is a series of links. So that's really helpful to see. And one little additional cool thing, you'll see with Bootstrap that it automatically does this thing with the menu where it collapses it, and there's this, what we call a hamburger menu. There's this little button, which I'm sure you're familiar with, which pops open the links here. So then I can click on one of these links, and it'll go over to the About page. I click again, and it comes back. Really nice, because menus are a real pain in mobile to actually make. So Bootstrap has this whole thing that breaks it all down for you automatically, and it picks the breakpoint so that on mobile devices it will work, and you don't have to worry about it too much. So that's just a bit of actually making this kind of like a real website with different pages in it and stuff like that. And in the next video, we'll start getting into, go back to JavaScript and starting to learn jQuery and what are libraries. See you there.